Hello, my lovely artists. All right, 3rd through 5th grade. We are on to our second project. This is the succulent planter. You have the drawing guide. I have it here just to kind of reference as we're working through this. I have my watercolors set up today, a water container, pencils, a pencil and 2 Sharpie markers, all optional materials. You can just do this drawing with a pencil and either color it in with crayon or markers, whatever you have. If you need a reference as to how to use Crayola markers as watercolors, I will do a second video, the same project, just with Crayola markers so that you can see how you could use those and a little bit of water with whatever brush you may have, or even just a spray bottle to really make it kind of all look watercolory. So I'm just going to follow the steps that are shown on the drawing guide. But if I don't like it, I may show you how to do it another way, because I wouldn't start with the circle in the middle. But that's me. I would draw the pot first. I'm going to follow the directions just so you guys can see what this looks like from the direction standpoint. So it says start with a circle in the middle. I hope you all can see this pretty well. We are going to, sorry, my camera is not on the sturdiest surface today. And then we're just going to add these shapes that kind of come out of it. Now, I'm not trying to be super particular in that making these look perfect or the same. And it's all about just kind of stacking a similar shape, which is just kind of a rainbow C or U shape, on top of each other. So if you haven't seen a succulent before, they're kind of a delicate plant, but they grow very symmetrical. And so that's why you're kind of building, kind of looks like a flower, but they're green most of the time. Some of them are not. And maybe if you even have a succulent at home, you could look at that, or you could Google succulents so that you could add other succulents to your drawing. Please use your resources. I tell you guys this a lot, but you have the fingertip access to everything you could ever want to see or know about. And sometimes you guys just stop at the, oh, this works. So be creative. Spend your time wisely when you're working on these projects so that you're not just doing research, but you're also getting drawings done and maybe even practicing some different succulent drawings. So I'm going to stop there. I think that's a good amount. Just to kind of compare it, it's about the height of half of my finger, close to, from my fingertip to like, just above my knuckle. So just so you kind of have an idea. The next step is to add in the pot. So if you want to make this bigger, this is the time to do it, because they want you to draw the pot kind of so that it stops and then restarts underneath that succulent, so it looks like it's hanging over the edge. So if I follow those directions, I want to start here and go out, and then start here and go out. Now, if you didn't catch that, kind of draw lightly or just use your finger to kind of guide yourself over from one side to the other. And then add the edges, and then draw another line. Just like the castle video, you can always use another piece of paper as a straight edge if you really want those lines to be perfectly straight. It does not really matter in the grand scheme of things if your lines are straight or not, but if it's bothering you and you want to use that, please feel free. All right, so there's the top part of the pot. Now I'm going to add the bottom. And I kind of want this to curve in just slightly. Kind of a diagonal, but a very slight diagonal. And then when I get down here to the bottom, I want to make sure it's straight like that, but just a teensy curve. so that it looks like it's a round pot. Got a little dark over there. All right. There you have it. So there's the pot. Now comes the fun part where we get to just add in succulents. I'm going to fast forward through this part and just kind of show you what I think, you know, is kind of a different variation of this project as I work through it. Have fun. Okay, I have finished my succulent planter. I made this plant kind of in the background look more like a cactus than a succulent, which is totally fine. I still have some room over here. I can add something, and obviously over here, and I may do that here in a bit. But I just wanted to give you an idea of what this could look like and how you can work through the process. Add some fun patterns and designs to your pot to make it look more interesting and add some visual expressiveness to your work. Again, color this in with whatever you'd like. I will post a completed picture of my work just so you can kind of see what that looks like in the end. Remember, if you're working with watercolors, to kind of let one spot dry before you move on to something that is right next to it. Otherwise, the watercolor could bleed out and make a big mess. Your best friend, if you do make a mess, is a paper towel. Just blot it. And please feel free to use your paper towels more than once. You know that from my class. We use them all the time, over and over and over again. As long as it's dry and clean, then, or clean-ish. Dry is mostly important. You can dab up any puddles or anything that maybe, you know, you make mistakes with. I hope you guys enjoy this and have a blast. See you soon.